Hello, 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 hello. This is Britt with Truth Be Told podcast. This is episode number 22. Forgive yourself, sis. I am with the Mrs. Sevastii Barbi today. How you doing today, boo-boo?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so glad that you're here today. I'm doing great. Y'all, this is my baby cousin. I have not seen her since she was young. And she is 21. Like, oh my gosh, like her parents are everything to me. I love them to death. So I just want to say thank you for coming on the show today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. I had to close the window because they're being really loud.
Okay. But what I want you to do today is pretty much just let us know what you got going on right now, Sevastii. I know you're out in Dallas, and I'm so proud of the woman you have become. I'll be looking at your profile, and I'll be like, a butt bigger than mine. Like, you are, I'm just so proud of you. You are walking in your truth. You always have, but now that you're older, it's just like, okay, I'm Sevastii Barbi, bitch. This is what you see. This is what you get. And this is what I am. And I love it. And I just want to say that your grandma, she would be so proud. She would be so proud. Like, y'all, our grandmas are sisters. And let me just say, and I'm not trying to make you cry, but I got to go there because.
You can. Go ahead.
Okay. Aunt Tootie was my favorite. Like, I'm just being honest. Growing up, we were always closer to Sherby and Myron and all of them. And our grandparents were the closest. They gossiped the most. I know you remember. Like, they always was with the tea, honey. But what I do remember was just how gracious she was. I loved her just like I love my grandma. I couldn't go in nobody else's house like I could go in Aunt Tootie's house. Sevastii, when I was younger, like I never felt, and she never made us feel any different from Tasha or anybody. Like, and you know, from the older generation, sometimes they're a little mean, but I never got that from Aunt Tootie. So I just want to let you know that her spirit is still in Granite Quarry, and she's still with y'all. So continue making her proud. Okay, because that's we have to keep going. It's our generations now. So I just want to say that I don't want to make you cry, but I love y'all. I love y'all. But let us know what you got going on. What you doing today, boo?
Today I had to, do a little appearance at the club. I got music that I'm dropping. What's that? When is this gonna go live? Like the 21st, I think you said.
Also next week.
Next week, I have another song dropping because I just released my first called Heartbreaker.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But next week, I have my second song dropping. And then after that, we just got an EP coming. And then.
Oh, you definitely got to give me the information. Where can we locate your information, your songs?
Of course, you can go to my Instagram, Sevastii.Barbi with 2 eyes. But then you can also look me up on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube, Audio Mac, Pandora, iHeartRadio, pretty much anywhere.
But right, y'all hear her, she popping.
You look up Heartbreaker by Sevastii Barbi, you'll find it. And I will tell y'all, if y'all find the explicit version, it's very explicit. But the clean version is on SoundCloud. So just so you know.
So tell us, I know we talked a little bit before we started recording, but tell us what made you go into music? What's the passion behind it?
Really, I was just driving home from work one day, and how it all started was, I've actually always had a passion for music. I was like 8 years old when I wrote my first song, and it was really like, it was bad, but I was 8. But then actually I went to vacation Bible school with my grandmother. And when we were there, they had us write a rap. Okay.
Oh.
So they
wanted us
to, okay. They wanted us to write a rap for the church. So I remember they gave that assignment to all of us, and me and my cousin India. We went home. I remember I sat there and I was like, India, is this good? Is this good? Is this good? Is this good? And I like kept checking with her, and then I like finalized it. And we were like, we're good. It's gonna be good when we do it at church. So then we went to the church the next day and we performed it. And I remember like everybody applauded, but you know, we were kids. So like in my head, I'm really hard on myself. So I'm always like, they did it just because we're kids. They're supposed to. Even like
Right.
now, people say they like my stuff. I'm like, oh, they're supposed to say it because they're my friend. But at that time, they all applauded or whatever. And I didn't find out until recently, and like by recently, I mean like last month, that my father was like telling me, he was like, because I finally told him like, I write songs, I write raps, I sing, I like wrote a bunch of songs. Like I have 40 songs that I've written. So
Oh,
like I was
wow.
showing them to him, and like I was like singing them, rapping them, doing whatever for them. And then I was like, I remember when I wrote my first rap at Antioch, and he was like, yeah, I remember your grandmother said she was so proud of you, and she said it was so good. And I was like, I didn't even find out that she said that until last month. So I was like, I think I got to, you know.
Right,
I
right.
think I pursue it. And I've always had like, you know, I've always heard like other people that I've heard, and I'm like, yeah, I like this song, but I just want somebody to put out a song saying this. And you know, nobody's gonna put out a song talking about Sevastii's life because nobody's Sevastii. So I was like, I gotta put out talking about my life so I can
Right.
like, yeah, I know exactly what she's talking about.
Right. Because people need to hear your truth. Like people really need to understand who Sevastii is. And then they can always, like, you don't know, like you are just a big role model. You are the only person I know that has danced with the dancing dolls. So yes.
A lot. At first, dance was my passion. Then I was like, you know, I like dancing, but I like being the center of attention. And you
Yeah.
know, the dancers to be the center of attention. I was like, they're usually background dancers. I was like, I don't know,
Right.
be the center.
Yeah, Layla, she still talks about you. She's like, Mama, is she into dancing dolls? I was like, Layla, she is growing up. I don't know. She probably got a lot of stuff going on right now.
No, I always loved dancing dolls. But I also did start my dance team, and I really wanted Layla to be on it. By the time that when I left Dallas, or when I left North Carolina, that's when the team ended. So
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. You never know. Like I said, I'll be in Texas soon, and I'm planning on hitting y'all up, and I'm definitely gonna be hitting you up. Myron done got too old for me, so I'll hit him up too. He might fool with me.
He always talks about y'all. He always says that he misses y'all. He always talks about Granny Corey. He always talks about the whole family. And then I don't know where it came from, but recently he likes to start saying that I look like Desiree. And I was like, okay. I don't know where that's coming from, but okay. I was like, I don't
see it. I see it. Because we were so close. We were so close. And Myron, like the baby of my daddy generation. So it was like he connected to us. Like, you know, they older, they act old. And it's like we couldn't really do but so much around them. So Myron and them, let us do stuff. My daddy did too. He'd just always say, put it in the cup. Put it in the cup. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start. So today we're talking about forgive yourself, sis. I want you to let us know, have you ever been in a time where you condemned yourself for your past mistakes? And if so, what was the result of that?
I mean, there's been a lot of times. A lot of times. Especially, you know, I've had some bad times, like bad times. Like I've gone through depression numerous times. I've done a lot of crazy stuff. I've had a lot of crazy thoughts. Like it's kind of crazy. Like you can look at my pages and like my profiles and my Snapchat, my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter, all that stuff. And I don't look like I have like problems with self-esteem, first of all, with you know, where I'm at. Like I always have a problem with where I'm at. I'm like, this is not good enough. Even working at Hooters, I'm like, this is not good enough. I wish I went to school. And I was like, I wish I never, in high school, my biggest thing, like I always freaked out at myself. Like after high school, I always freaked out at myself. I was like, why did I let my grades be so low? Because there's a point in time where I was applying for like all these colleges, like my first semester of high school. I was applying for all these colleges. I was like, I have a 3.5 GPA. I want to go to Spelman. I want to go to NYU. I want to go to Southern. I want to go to all these different colleges. And then they kept denying me. I was like, why are they denying me? Like, what is going on? And then I went to school one day and they called me to the guidance counselor and they were like, you keep telling everybody that you have a 3.5. You don't have a 3.5. I was like, okay, what do I have? And then they're like, a 2.4. And I was like, so like when they told me that, I was upset. And I was like, you know what? Fuck all this. I was like, I don't care. I was like, I can fail any class. I was like, I'm already going to pass. I already got all my credits. I can leave. I was like, I don't care if I pass.
Good.
I don't care if I pass. I don't care if I fail now. So like when that happened, it really just knocked everything off. And then I just stopped caring about school, but I still graduated because, you know, I had all the credits that I needed. So I was good. And then I remember like when I hit community college, I was like, this is not where I want to be. I was like, I wanted to go to Spelman. I wanted to go to NYU. I wanted to go to Southern University. Like I wanted to go to so many places, but just because I let myself go after they told me about the 2.5, like it just messed everything up.
Right.
I was really upset and I was like beating myself up bad. I was like, why would I do that? Who does that? I was like, why would I ever sit there and be like, I was like, you're supposed to like work for it. Like you're supposed to go harder if you see that. So I was really like very, 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 very sad. And at that time I was on the dance team. I was on my dance team at that time. So like I'm always there with the kids and like doing their music, doing their uniforms, doing their makeup, doing their hair, scheduling competitions, doing all these different dances with them. And then I remember one day, like I was like, for a long time, I was really doing the dancing, like really very like every single day, day in, day out. So I stopped caring about community college. And then my grades started dropping in and I felt so deep in like the deepest depression ever, like crazy. Like I don't even want to talk about it too much because it's like really weird. Like it makes me seem psycho, but there's been some times where like at that time I was really upset and like I was gonna admit myself to a psych ward. So I was like bad. And then like one day it just snapped out of nowhere. I was like, you know what? It already happened.
Right.
I can't go back and fix it. Like
right.
I can't do anything. Like let's be real with yourself. You can't do anything. It happened. What you gonna do now? Like you can't sit here and be like, oh, da, 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 I should have done this. I should have done this because you can't. So
No.
it's either you move on and forgive yourself or just keep sulking on it. And I was like, and even if you keep sulking on it, that doesn't mean it's gonna get better. If you keep
That's right. It's
upset,
funny
like,
you said that, Sevastii. You are really giving me like goosebumps right now. Cause I was waiting for you to tell, I was waiting for you to like come out of it. And you know, I didn't want to push you too much. I was like, okay, if she don't want to talk about depression, if she don't want to talk about coming out of it and showing this image that you show to the media of this self-confident woman, you know, that everybody that has fallen and have crazy thoughts, girl, first of all, let me say I'm proud of you. I'm gonna keep saying I'm proud of you because all of us think crazy sometimes. First of all, depression runs in our family. I don't know about your mama's side, but on your daddy's side, it definitely does. It's we don't talk about it though. You know, in the Black community, they don't want to talk about going in. We don't talk about stuff like that. You want to sweep it under the rug. Oh, you okay? You okay? But no, it's real. And the fact that you acknowledge that, hey, wait a minute, like you wasn't operating in that space anymore. You was like, hey, wait a minute, okay, that happened in the past. I got to come out of that.
literally.
Yeah.
And with my dad, like I told my dad, like my mom would tell my dad about it because she would be like, my mom is very concerned about it because,
Wow.
you know, I mean, I don't want to say like race matters, but you know, like you said, the Black community doesn't really acknowledge it. So
Right.
my mom was very concerned about it. And like she'll talk to my father about it. And my dad would be like, come to me, and he'd be like, you know, you get over it, right? You know, you're not supposed to be sad, right? And I was like, thanks, that helped. Okay, it's gone. Okay. But no, that like even last week when I was getting so frustrated with scooters, I was like crying hysterically. I was like freaking out. I was like, this is not good. Like, this is not where I want to be. I can't believe like I'm doing this. Like, especially after I dropped the song, I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, this is what I want to do. Like when I was at the studio and when we were doing the video, I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, this is my dream. Like, this is what I want my life to be for the rest of my life. Like, I don't want to be sitting here and have people with Hooters calling me a bitch. Like, I don't want to do that.
But you're not. You're not. You're using that vehicle right now to get where you want to go. So you got to remember that. You got to put it down on paper. You got to like, okay, I'm doing this, and just keep at it. And whenever you get frustrated with Hooters or life, you know what I'm saying? You got to be like, okay, remember who you are as a person, as a woman, and keep being that person. And you'll get there. And see, you was talking about school earlier. It's funny because Sevastii, I'm 34 and I still like be like, I wish I would have did this. I wish I would have did that. Like I started nursing school. I got into nursing school. But my focus was always on the nigga. Like, you know, it was not, I'm supposed to, and see, I commend you. You ain't got no babies. You get what I'm saying? Like you focus on yourself. That's how it's supposed to be first. Like I know some people like, I want a kid. Them kids can come. Them kids is money. Like you can have a baby later on. Like now is the time to focus on yourself, and just the fact that you are open enough to tell us like you went through depression and you I've been to the crazy house before, and I'm just commending you for even just saying that, because people need to hear that. Like they need to understand. But the point that I wanted to make is, like I said, you came out of that space. You wasn't just operating in black and white. So I wanted to congratulate you on that.
Thank you. It was really hard. Even like last week when I was really freaking out, like I remember I left work and I just got in my car and like I screamed so loud. I was like screaming the whole way home when I was driving. I was like crying and screaming. And I was like, it's weird. Like, it's really weird. Like, I don't like talking about it because people, you know, people see it. And there's been some people that I've heard that are like, if somebody kills themselves in their week, like I've heard people say that. And I'm like, please.
Whatever.
Yeah. Like,
whatever.
Anyway.
Life is hard. It's hard. And you don't want to talk about mental health. Mental health is so big. Why? Okay, you see what happened with Will Smith, right? Come on. That is the biggest point in his life. He is at the Oscars getting an Oscar. And what did he do? He self-sabotaged himself right before the big, and everybody want to keep talking about, you know, the slap and Chris. I get it. It's drama. It's juicy. But think about behind the scenes. What the hell was wrong with him? And everybody already knows in the media. He going through what he going through with his wife, you know? And whatever else he's going through behind scenes that don't nobody's supposed to know about. That right there just blew up. He was that, you know how sometimes you just like you said your daddy is, and that's just in our genes. They like that. They come from it, you know, and you just gotta tuck it up, suck it up, be hard. Whether you a girl or a boy, black or white, in our family, they looking at you like, I don't want to hear that. And then as soon as you explode, they trying to, what happened to Sevastii? Why she acting like that? What the hell I told you about?
And literally, like when I was at work, when I was freaking out, like I freaked out. Like I didn't even know like I would do stuff like that. Like it's gotten really bad lately. Like I had like really like bad like anger. Like I would just get angry. And like I remember I was driving to work one day and I was in traffic and somebody like slammed on the brakes in the middle of the road, like just in the middle of like the highway. And like there's no cars around us. And like I was like screaming at them, and I picked up my comb and I threw it at the windshield and it cracked the whole windshield. I was like, and then when I was at work, when that girl called me, I was like freaking out. I was like, I need to go somewhere. I need to go to our dressing room. I need to freak out real quick. But like when I went to the dressing room, it was locked. So I was freaking out even more. I was like, these people finna see me cry. These people finna, I was like freaking out. And then I went to the bathroom and like I like heard my manager while I was walking to the bathroom. She was like, think it through. And I was like, bitch just say that. And like I went to the bathroom and like slammed the door so hard, and like the whole restaurant was quiet and I could still hear them through the like door. So I'm sitting in the stall upset, crying, and I hear everybody like, what was that? Like, what just happened? Like, who was that? And like they were like, look in the men's bathroom. They were like looking in the men's bathroom. They're like, we don't see anybody in there. And then they're like, what was that? And then they went into the bathroom, the women's bathroom, and they were like, Sevastii? And I was like, and they're like, Sevastii? And I was like, and they were like, yep, it was Sevastii. It was Sevastii. Yeah. I was like, that's all y'all gotta say? That's all y'all gotta say. I just freaked the fuck out. And that's all you gotta say.
Right.
And in that moment, that's when I also realized, like, nobody's gonna care about you like you do. Like you should. Let's say that. Because you can say nobody's gonna care about you like you do. Like you don't. Sometimes you don't care about yourself. Sometimes you're like, oh, I'm the last thing that I need to be worried about.
Right.
But nobody's gonna care about you like you should care about yourself. And even now, like I started this new thing where I have like a big calendar on my wall, and like I plan on my whole month, whatever. And then like there's a notes side on the side, and like I writing down like stuff that I'm proud of. You know, like I hit 7,200 or followers this week.
Congratulations.
So I wrote that down. I was like, congrats on 2,000 or 7,200. When I hit the 200 streams on SoundCloud and on Apple Music, well, throughout everything, I was like, congrats on 200 streams. Congrats on releasing your 2 first songs. Congrats on finally like doing all this stuff. Because I'm like, bro, you need to realize like, you need to congratulate yourself. Like,
yes, you need to celebrate yourself.
You know, like you don't even think about it. Like before I even started writing that, I was like upset about random stuff, guys. Number one thing with guys. I'm always upset with guys. So I would be like upset about guys. I'll be upset about work. I'll be upset because I want to be in school. I'll be upset because I didn't start rapping yet. I didn't go to the studio yet. So like I started writing down like congrats on this, and like when I see it every day, I'm like, yeah, I'm upset right now, but let's think about the fact like, and I'm thinking I'm not doing enough right now, but now I'm like, look at it, I'm like, I did kind of a lot this month, you know?
And you did more than a lot. See, what you're doing right now is you're keeping your focus on what you need to keep it on the positive. Like sometimes our focus can go astray and then we go down a rabbit hole, and then that's when the depression and everything hits us. And sometimes we can't come out that funk. And that's why I said keep going, because I'm just like, I'm learning about you, and I'm just so excited. And see, back in the day, I would have done picked up the phone and called my mom and be like, Mama, you know what Sevastii doing?
But yeah.
The first thing that you did was that you accepted the mistake and you realized that it's the past. All of us always operate in the past. I'm very guilty of it, but it's a healing process. We have to be patient. We have to give ourselves time to heal. And like you said, forgive yourself. Like, man, fuck that. Like anybody who felt any type of way, oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm growing. This is the person you see now, and this is what you're going to get. So I just wanted to commend you. I'm going to keep saying it because I'm just like, oh my gosh. Even I'm telling you, when I see you, I just be like, she is just this all woman. Even you and India's relationship, I love it. Keep that. Keep that.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I love her.
But if there's something that I can ask you that you could tell to the audience, like the younger crowd, and even us old jitterbugs, about forgiving yourself, what is it something that you can say as a takeaway? What could you tell us today?
I feel like the biggest thing is congratulate yourself. Always. You always gotta congratulate yourself. You always have to congratulate yourself. Because if you think about it, I remember even when I was posting all this music, I was like, oh, my friend Sabrina finna listen to it. My friend, like all these people, like I went through all these people that like are in my daily life. None of them.
Right.
None of them listen to it. And I was like, that's upsetting. Like I'm getting support from people I don't talk to, you know, and that happens a lot. Like, you know, when you go into something big, don't look to the people that you talk to every day, because they're not going to be the ones who like are in your face congratulating you, like, congratulations, we're going to go celebrate. They're not going to be the ones in your face like that. It's going to be people that you haven't spoke to in a while. It's going to be people that you don't expect. There's been a lot of strangers who are like, oh, that was a good song, I like your song. I'm like adding it to playlists and stuff. And I was like, I don't even know this girl like that. Like, I really don't even know this girl like that. And she is listening to my voice every single day. For what? But, you know, you always got to think like to congratulate yourself, because the people who you're closest to, my parents, my dad congratulated me. My mom don't even know. So, you know, like my mom is like the person I want like the most approval from, you know, of course, and like my cousins, you know, my family, my immediate family. But none of them said anything. Not even my cousins in New York, none of them, nobody said anything. So, you know, that's when that congratulating myself with the congrats on 2,000 streams or 200 streams, congrats on 7,200 followers. you're not gonna congratulate you. You gotta do it yourself because it just puts everything into perspective. You're like, yeah, I did that, and I did that, and I did that.
Yay!
And then you can just look at it every single day and be like, yep, I did do that. I forgot about that. I did do that. Okay. So that's a good thing. Also, I would say, don't dwell on the past. You can't.
Right.
That's a big, big thing.
No, that's
and
a huge thing.
There's one time at work, and really how that whole like it's in the past thing came to being was I was at work one time and I sent something stupid to a girl and I almost got fired for it. So when they had me in the office, they were like, why would you do that? I was like, okay, what do you want me to do?
Right, it's over.
It's done. I was like, it already happened. I can't go back in time and fix it. It already happened. So y'all either move on or what? Because I already said sorry. What do you want me to do?
Right.
And that's like when I remember like that I said that, I was like, that's really like life. Like you can't go back and fix it. No. So it's either you just carry on. Like you already made it this far with what happened. What's the rest of your life? Like you already made it far and it already happened. It's just you gotta make it into something else now. You can't just keep okay. You can't just keep dwelling on it. You gotta like change it. That's a big thing. So
that's a really big thing.
Always. Like you just gotta move on, baby. You gotta keep going. Like it happened. There's some guys I've been with, and I'm like,
why did I do that? Oh, girl, it's called growth. It is called growth, honey. You are every day we're growing. You don't think that you're the same person that you was before. But those takeaways are amazing. Is there any more or anything else that you could think of before?
Also, probably like number 3, like the third thing or like the main like Holy Trinity. Like talk about your feelings. I don't care if it's to yourself, to somebody else. Like acknowledge your feelings. Like if you just ignore it, it's gonna build up. You know, that's what happened with me last week. I haven't told anybody that I hate that job. I haven't told anybody that they've been stressing me out. But finally,
don't it feel good that you got it out?
Okay, when I broke down, I told everybody, this is why I'm mad. This is why I'm getting irritated. And this is what happened. That's what made me flip. Because why is that bitch calling me a bitch? Like, I was freaking out. And I was like, but I'm upset because I need a new job. And they're like, okay. And like, people were like, I'll get you a new job. Like, they're sending me all these applications now. I was like, it's giving me very much, y'all want me to leave. But I was like, but I did say I was to leave. So
you did. See, you put it already out there, and it's gonna come. I want to thank you for coming on the show today, and I want to let you know that just to learn to be patient with yourself. And I love those takeaways. You said number 1 was congratulate yourself. Number 2 was don't stay stuck in the past, and number 3 was
talk about your feelings.
Talk about your feelings, honey. Yes.
Air it out.
But today we are going to sign out. Before we do, guys, if you're new to this channel, I'm new to YouTube, I'm new to podcasting. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you find Sevastii on all those platforms. Her information will be in the bio. And I'm so proud of you, Boo Boo. We are signing out today with episode number 22. Forgive yourself, girl. I love you, Boo Boo. Bye.